Hello and welcome to HW News. We will all agree that we are fighting a pandemic of fake news and disinformation since last few years. The fake news and disinformation spreads widely on social media and reaches millions of people who might take it to be the truth. To fight the fake news, we now even have fact checkers. But what if someone tells you a disinformation campaign has persisted for as long as a decade? Today I am going to talk about the latest revelation made by European Union Disinformation Lab regarding the disinformation campaign that persisted for as long as 15 years and the Indian connection behind it. Named as Indian Chronicle, the report deep dives into what it calls an operation to influence people by targeting the EU and UN to serve Indian interest. The report makes some startling allegations that the operation was carried out through 10 plus UN Human Rights Council accredited NGOs which were non-functional but were resurrected for this purpose. It claims to have resurrected Professor Louis Son, a prominent figure in human rights who died in 2006. It accused that the operation also indulged in identity theft and was spread through 750 plus fake media outlets covering 119 countries and had 550 plus domain names registered. Now, this report is continuation of similar revelations made by EU Disinformation Lab in 2019. Now, the 2019 report covered 265 fake local news sites in more than 65 countries. That study started investigating into possible Russian disinformation when articles published on Russia Today were republished on a news website called EP Today. Now, this led to investigators to the network of sites and NGOs which were largely linked to the New Delhi-based Srivastava group. This was the same group which, in partnership with Women's Economic and Social Think Tank, had sponsored the trip of 27 MEPs, that is, Member of European Parliaments, to visit Kashmir and had met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This network to undertake the influence operation was active in Brussels and Geneva and indulged in producing and amplifying content designed to primarily undermine Pakistan as per the EU Disinformation Lab. Now, this was about the previous revelation. This time, the EU Disinformation Lab says it has unearthed more evidence that traces 15 years old disinformation campaign that involves Srivastava Group. As per the latest report, the same actors who were involved in the earlier report had resurrected a US-based NGO named Commission to Study the Organization of Peace and even had hijacked the identity of Louis B. Son, NGO's former chairman and grandfather of international law in the US. Louis passed away in 2006, but he was listed as attending a UN Human Rights Council meeting in 2007 and also participating in an event organized by Friends of Gilgit-Baltistan in Washington, D.C. in 2011. Now, the report is said to have uncovered an entire network of coordinated UN-accredited NGOs promoting Indian interests that criticized Pakistan repeatedly. There were at least 10 of these NGOs tied directly to the Srivastava family, pushing the same messages, according to the report. Most of these seem to have been genuine NGOs which went into decline and whose identity was later on hijacked, as per the authors of the report. For example, it says in May 1938, the Cannes International Permanent Committee was founded to promote the consumption of canned food and ceased to exist in 2007. But the domain name of the organization was registered on January 10, 2016, the same day as the registration of other accredited NGOs' domain names, and it is hosted on the IP address with several other Srivastava-owned websites. Accredited to UNHRC, the organization has been making pro-Indian and anti-Pakistan oral interventions. The core theme of the original NGO Canned Foods was totally diverted to undermine Pakistan at the Human Rights Council, and this is what the report says. Now, these groups were organizing side events in the European Parliament or UN offices which were used to bring in the member of European Parliaments using causes such as minorities' rights and women's rights as an entry point. Further, the report claims that the actors behind this operation registered over 550 plus domain names of NGOs, think tanks, media, European Parliament, informal group, religious and imam organization, obscure publishing companies and 8 public personalities. EU Disinformation Lab also claimed to have found a new fake media which goes by the name EU Chronicle, which is largely a platform for members of European parliaments to sign pro-India articles. In less than 6 months of existence, already 11 MEPs, most of them already involved with EP Today, have written or endorsed op-eds at a remarkably high pace for EU Chronicle. This is what the report claims. These op-eds in EU Chronicle were then repackaged by news agency in India called ANI. Without Times of Geneva and 4 news agency which stopped their activities following the EU Disinformation Lab's previous investigation, ANI now remains the only press agency to extensively cover the activities of dubious NGOs in Geneva, the report said. This media coverage, it also observed, that was primarily targeted at Indian nationals with an extensive coverage of these barely known media, MEPs and NGOs in Europe. Now, summarizing their findings, EU Disinformation Lab also said that their investigation details activities of a fake zombie NGO, that of a fake specialized media, which can then be repackaged, distorted and amplified by malicious actors to influence or disinform globally using loopholes in international institutions and online search engines. The researchers clarified that they were aware that the findings of the report would be used by vested interest in a reference to Pakistani authorities, and thus they have also clarified that the report was not a judgment about the situation of human rights in Pakistan or in any way it undermines the credibility of minority movements in the country. So this is what the whole report was about. Do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter for more such news and updates.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.